Welcome to the Rig and Farm YouTube channel. In this video, we'll show you how we restored a vintage nesting box from an old chicken house. We got this one off Facebook Marketplace for $60 to give our chickens a place to lay eggs when we moved to the farm. The original plan was to remove these wooden bars and either replace or refinish them, but these screws were rusted and impossible to remove without destroying them. Change of plans. They'll stay attached and get the same treatment as the galvanized steel. The nesting box came with these plastic liners, and they were covered in poo and feathers. We debated whether to clean and use them or toss them in the trash. The choice we made should be pretty obvious. The plastic isn't going to do any good in a landfill, so we opted to put them to use. The first step after removing them was spraying off as much nastiness as possible with a garden hose. Some of them were dirtier than others and needed a little extra attention. After getting the bottom sides, it was time for a flip. We tried to shake off the poo by smacking it on the ground before getting the hose again. It obviously didn't put the lotion in the basket. The mats were laid in the sun to dry while we moved on to the next step. The floors of the nesting box were caked with poo and there was lots of rust. We used the hose to spray out as much as possible. Turning onto the backside allowed the solids to flow out of the boxes and into the grass. We moved it onto the driveway and sprayed off the grass that had gotten on the exterior. Time to sanitize this thing. A bleach solution with 1 tablespoon of bleach per gallon of water is an easy and inexpensive option. We filled a spray bottle and got in every nook and cranny of the nesting box to kill any microbes that could potentially be lingering. It was allowed to dry completely to be as effective as possible. The plastic mats were fully submerged for 15 minutes to ensure complete eradication of harmful microbes. Afterwards, they were pulled out and allowed to air dry in the sun. Paper towels were used to wipe out the nesting box after it was dry to get out any residual particulate. Now it's time to make this thing look a little prettier. We chose this Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 paint and primer in vintage teal. Starting with the bottom, we worked our way around the exterior of the nesting box and the roosting bars. This is what it looked like after using 2 cans of spray paint. Clearly it isn't completely coated and will need additional paint to get finished. The store only had 2 cans when we bought it, so it was time to head to another store to get more. The label looked a little different, but it's the same brand and color. Guess we'll see if it matches. Let's start with the top. We wanted to get a thick coat of it on the roof because of all the rust. The entire nesting box took a total of 5 cans of spray paint. Looks like a pretty good match. Putting the pads back in covers the rust in the flooring and makes it look much better. And that's how we restored this old nesting box. Altogether, we spent about $80 on the whole project. We're very pleased with how it turned out and are excited to see how our chickens take to it when we move up to our farm when our new home is completed. Please subscribe to follow our chicken coop and fencing progress in addition to all the other happenings on Rig and Farm. We'll see you next time!